Okay. So let me just flick this over to public. And check that we are live. Okay. How's it looking? And audio seems to be coming through fine. Let me just double check that. Yeah. And what are the levels like for this? We have viewers. Nice. I'm just waiting for this to come through. I don't know. Okay, I was just letting that play so I could check what the audio sounds like with me speaking at the same time. Okay, yeah, the music is way too loud from that, so let me just dial that back then. How's it sound now? Bit better, I hope. So, sorry I'm a bit late with this. I think I was like a minute late in starting or something. But either way, I think that sounds fine in terms of the levels there. Okay. Here we are. So, basically, the point of this stream is to work out all the stream issues that I had yesterday. The main thing was the audio, which I think I've got sorted now. It sounds fine on my end. If you guys could just let me know in the comments how the audio is holding up. Then I'm also going to go through the Pokemon Direct again and give my thoughts on it, because I have a lot of positives and a few things I'm a bit iffy on, so we'll go over that. And this is a live stream, so I can talk to you guys and you guys can talk back. There'll be obviously a bit of a delay. But yeah. And this is 250 subscribers. This is the first of two videos, I suppose, going over, sort of celebrating that. I put out a video a while ago saying, this is me, this is 250 subscribers, wow, thank you. I didn't really know what to do to celebrate that, so I put it in the video asking for you guys to comment below some ideas. One of which, as you can see, I think you can see it below me. Here? It's here. Well, let's do a live stream, so here we are. This time with a bit of notice instead of a sort of spur-of-the-moment decision, which the last one was, and that didn't go brilliantly. Anyway, the other suggestion was from... Yes, it was to do the sort of a follow-up video to what Scott's Meyer did in his channel. I'll link that in the description. He's done a video somewhat recently. It's like 15 moments that made him cry, and it was from like film, TV, video games. I think there might have been a book in there. I'm not entirely sure. I'll need to rewatch it again before releasing my one and see if we had any of the same points in it. So I'm working on that. It's just now compiling a list of 15 moments that made me cry. A certain one of them is already on the channel if you go back and check the history a few videos ago. Yeah. So currently we've only got one viewer, which is great because it's more than I had at many points yesterday. I'm not entirely sure how to... I'm just going to get on with it. Yeah. So, if I can... want to... this. Just to keep the copyright issues safe, just going to mirror it. And keep the audio quite low, just to make sure nothing bad comes up. So, for those of you watching live, you can fire in the comments anything you want to say. I will see them, I think, a few seconds after you send them. Yeah, just gonna dive into the direct from 2 days. It would be good if my headphones were actually plugged into the computer and I could hear the audio. Okay. Maybe. Almost there. There we go. Okay? Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. So, here we go.
Welcome to Pokemon Direct. I'm Ishihara from the Pokemon Company. Today, I would like to provide the latest news about the Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield games.
Okay.
To begin, please take a look at this video.
So, let me take that back a bit. Screen over here. So, staring off to the side. Occasionally working on multiple screens kind of messes me up a bit sometimes. Because this is giving me pop-ups and stuff. Okay. So. Switch. I'm assuming this is going to be one of the early starting areas. You can't quite make out what that sign says. We've got a clock tower and a part of the train line, so I assume we could find this on the map. I might do that later in the stream actually, and check out where this is. So we zoom in more. Then we move to sort of that town. I think this is the one halfway up the map in the middle. And you've just got people wandering around and Pokemon, and it reminds me a lot of Lumios, I think, was the city in Black and White. Correct me on that if I'm wrong. But the one that had the big... No, I'm pretty sure that was Lumios, so the giant tower in the middle and, those transmutation circle theories and everything. And again, really going for the sort of Industrial Revolution idea with this area. Oh, and there's a stadium up ahead, just on the other side of that train station, with chimneys and... Oh, maybe the clock tower is a part of the stadium. Okay, just thought of that. Could be. In which case I wonder what type that's going to be. Maybe fire, based on the chimneys coming out and the sort of red glow that seems to be emanating from it. And then I'm assuming this is... Given that this is like at the top of the map. Oh, and it looks like there's a train station down the bottom of the screen here. I'm assuming this is up to the champion, sort of Elite Four, Indigo Plateau equivalent area. Oh, and we're back at 2 viewers. We get the main mail. We have our rival Hop. And I do like his design a lot. These sort of fluffy bits on the collar are, well, not the collar, but the bit of the sleeve, those are a bit much. But it does sort of harken to his older brother's cloak and everything, which is quite a nice sort of connection between them. Sobble, Grookey, and Score Bunny. Oh, I love Grookey. I'm going with Sobble. I'm picking Sobble already off the bat. We get these nice sort of shots of the trainers staring down each other. I hope this is like back in Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon when you're battling in a Pokemon battle. The camera sort of goes to different shots of them, close-ups, and shows the trainers sometimes. It'd be cool if you get sort of more shots of like both of them simultaneously. That could be interesting. See? There are a wee cinematic moment of the starters coming for you to choose one. Again, like in Sun and Moon, I really enjoyed. So it'd be cool to see it sort of done again. I'm assuming this is running towards the professor's lab. I think that's the general theory at the moment, that the purple roofed buildings near the south of the map are the professor's labs. A Diglett or Dugtrio temple in a sort of deserty, rocky area. I don't remember exactly where that is on the map either. There's a few shots of this sort of desert area, which is, I find really interesting because there's not many deserts in the UK, I can confidently say. And we're at 3 viewers now. Hello, everyone. Moving on. And we're back at the sort of industrial city. Yeah, I'm going to call it Industrial City until we get a proper name for it. We have the professor's assistant. Again, I'm assuming this is that purple building I've seen before, because you have the sort of greenhousey area that I assume sort of domes out the side of the building. We get that quick shot there of possibly in our house, possibly in our rival's house, possibly in the professor's house. Don't know where this could be. Really? You run into tall grass. There's an exclamation mark. And then you go towards it and battle starts. Okay, so it's not entirely random encounters. I thought it was going to be a mix. From what it shows later in the trailer, you see Pokemon roaming around in the wild. And I remember seeing this bit of running through the grass and then the battle starts. But if you see them beforehand, that's interesting. I didn't play Pokemon Let's Go, and I wasn't a big fan of that mechanic. Seeing them in the overworld, because it got rid of random encounters, which is something I think is sort of core to the Pokemon gameplay. But I don't know, this will be interesting to see how that works out. That's one of my bigger questions that this raised. Wooloo is a floofy boy. I love him. Seemingly everyone loves him, except from the Mareep defenders. There's a strange split online, I've noticed, of people who love Wooloo, people think he's a bad Mareep clone, so we'll see how that pans out, and gameplay-wise, like, is Wooloo just going to be some other Pokemon you encounter on your journey, or is Wooloo going to be, like, the starting mammal, rodent Pokemon for the region? We don't know. Some battle animations, catch Pokemon. I'm curious what this is. Maybe this is at the end of a battle. This could be like in Sun and Moon, I can't remember what it's called, but the sort of grooming aspect you had for your Pokemon. You could dust them off or dry them off after a battle, depending on what happened during it, and there's a brief moment where they turn around and smile at you, and then you go into that sort of minigame. So this could be that, I think. Running through the fields, this big world out behind you. I love the visuals of this game. I think this is my favorite looking Pokemon game aesthetically. Probably a bit of a bias there. I am Scottish, I am from the UK. Which I've only noticed recently, there's a fair few PokeTubers online who are from the UK that I hadn't noticed the number of them. There's Birdkeeper Birdkeeper Toby obviously is like the big one from the UK, but there's quite a few smaller ones as well that I've come across recently since this direct came out. Battles again. All sort of new designs for trainer classes. This icy, snowy, cold area, and it's a beach, and you still have your parasols and deck chairs out. That is very British. If you're going to the beach, you're going to the beach, and you will enjoy it. It can be raining, snowing in this case, almost. But, nah. Bright sunny days at the beach are a rarity. See, just all the snow and ice covering everything behind you. The beach, and there's parasols and deck chairs. Very explosive moves. And then the wild area looks phenomenal. The breath of the wild area. I love it. Then this was interesting. I didn't pick up on this when I watched it initially. And I can't remember who pointed it out to me. But here we see, okay, Pokemon roaming in the overworld. That is amazing. I'm so glad we finally got that. And that's what you have. I'll get into it when we get into it. The interesting thing is, Pokemon in the overworld is not just, this is the Wobbuffet sprite for when Wobbuffet is in the overworld. Here you have the Wobbuffet sprites and the gender variant Wobbuffet sprite. They went that far into it, which is amazing, like, attention to detail. I don't think anyone would have complained if you see a Wobbuffet walking around going to a battle and it's a female Wobbuffet. I don't think anyone would complain about that, but that you still see the gender variations in the overworld. That is brilliant. I love that. Well done, Game Freak. They really seem to have gone above and beyond with this game. Which, to a certain extent, they had to, because people would have complained the Switch has all this hardware and if they weren't using it. But this is brilliant. Hippopotas! Snowbirds. Yeah, a lot of this seems, apart from this sort of deserty bit, the previous shots all appear to be the same sort of area. You can see the clock tower and the walls here and sort of viaducts or aqueducts, sort of train bridges and stuff. Shot. And then again, in this shot, you've got the sort of train bridges, or whatever they are. Again, the tower and the viaducts. I suppose this could be sort of... I don't know how... We still don't know what the desert area is. That's still stuck. And then here again, you see the tower. So I think this is... They definitely say wild areas later in this. Implying a plural. But all these shots are sort of seemingly one place at the moment. Which, again, could be good if you're just not wanting to give away too much. Cycling on water. We'll see how that pans out. And then the online multiplayer co-op battles. That's brilliant. And I love this song in the background. I had a look around online and I couldn't find just the song. It's all, you know, with all these sound effects and stuff with it over top. Okay, some Dynamax Pokeball projection and stuff seems to be coming from sort of wristband thing. Actually, give me a second. That's reminded me. Okay. There's been a lot of the quote-unquote gimmicks for the past few generations have been revolving around items you wear on your wrist as a trainer. So you had, well, going back, you've got seemingly Dynamax wristband thing, whatever it's going to be called, now in Generation 8. Generation 7 was the Z-Ring. Generation 6 was the Mega Stones. Generation... What was Gen 6? Megas? No. Was it? Yes, Gen 6 was Mega. Gen 7... I don't think Gen 7 had something like that. Then going back again, Generation 4, you had the Watch. It was like a phone and the Poke Radar and for finding hidden items. And it was all these things. It was like, your Apple Watch ages before the Apple Watch. That was cool. It's interesting. I really want to get all of them. Just wear them all the time. And an Omnitrix. I'm still looking for someone selling an original Omnitrix. Tangent. And this is still a question, because there's no way only one person gets to catch the Pokemon from those battles, because that would be really unfair. It would sort of get rid of the co-op idea. Then this is something interesting I've noticed. The champion on his outfit, well, I'll show it just now. This trainer, the gym leader, whose name is temporarily left my head, I think it's Milo, is number 831. And it says like the number on his back and on his shorts and stuff. And I think all the gym leaders, there's a glove Milo's wearing. It's green, and then the champion has one that's like gold. So I assume all the leaders are going to have a different colored glove and a different number on their outfit, because the champion is then number 1. Milo is number 831. I highly doubt we're going to get 831 sort of gym leader-esque characters. But it'd be very, very interesting if we did. Very explosive Dynamax battles, yep. Champion. Okay, I'll bring it up when they get to the Dynamax explanation. But it is worth noting, while that is sort of the gimmick for battles this time around, that's not going to be possible in every battle from the looks of it. Because they explicitly say, oh yeah, the Dynamax sort of raid battles are possible at these specific sites, and the gyms have been built on sites where Dynamaxing is possible. So you'll only be able to do that in certain battles in certain areas from the looks of it, instead of in every battle, which is good, because I think that means it won't get too repetitive. Like, you're just having a wild encounter, it's like, oh, let's just knock it out, Z move, or Mega, or whatever, just one-hit KO it with your starter. Which is sort of, yeah, okay.
Vast and lush grasslands, towns in which you will find humans and Pokemon working together, and many other locations filled with rich personality.
I love all the character designs as well in this generation. Like, there's that businessman earlier, there's like, just the kid designs and everything are really just the NPC.
Pokemon battles are the most popular form of entertainment in the Galar region.
As they are in every region.
Stadiums across the Galar region are frequently...
Okay, here they call them stadiums, but later in the video they call them gyms.
...filled with cheering crowds.
Wait to see what sticks. And I do really like, also as well with Milo, and I assume the other gym leaders, the sort of magnetic thing he's got attached to his waist to carry 6 Pokeballs with you. I really like that. I can see people incorporating that into like their own OC trainer designs and stuff in the future.
That have gathered to witness battles between gym leaders and challengers.
And this is interesting. I wonder if this is a cinematic thing for gym battles here, where the camera's sort of flying around, or if you will have control over that.
The excitement of these battles is often broadcast on television in the Galar region as well.
Mm-hmm.
The most exciting part of visiting a new region is, of course, encountering Pokemon that you've never seen before.
Of course.
To tell you more about some of the Pokemon that reside in the Galar region, I'd like to hand it over to James, the art director on these games.
Hey, Jamie.
And what's cool? You know, let's get a British person to
Hello.
be the art director for this.
I'm James Turner from Game Freak.
Amazing.
I worked as the art director.
And for those of you that don't know, James Turner is also the guy behind the ice cream Pokemon. I am very happy to say he has more than made up for that. I don't even hate like Vanillish, and is there a third? Yeah, the ice cream Pokemon. I like them, and I expect that this game is more than made up for that. For those who don't,
For these games. There are a lot of never-before-seen Pokemon.
and again, he says there's a lot. I hope that means a lot. Like 85 plus new Pokemon is my hope for this. Whether we get 150 like the OG Generation 1, or whether it's only like, was it 60 or something we got with Generation 6? I don't remember. But I remember there was, you know, a fair step down. So I hope, he says there's a lot. I hope that means a lot.
Await you in the Galar region, but allow me to introduce you to just a few of them.
Okay.
The first Pokemon I'd like to show you is Wooloo.
Who has taken the internet by storm.
This Pokemon's
Wait, let me. And Wooloo. He's a fluffy boy. Oh, yeah.
defining characteristic is its fluffy fur, which is treasured by weavers in a town in the Galar region, who use it to craft popular
I
specialty
love this wee bit of him
goods.
just skipping along.
This Pokemon here is Gossifleur, the flowering Pokemon.
Gossifleur.
Gossifleur favors
I'm indifferent
places
to.
with clean air and water, and its pollen
Don't love,
is said
don't
to have
hate.
healing
It's-
properties.
It's a good
This next
Pokemon design.
Is called
Doesn't really stand
Dreadnought,
out. Dreadnought,
the
I like.
fox Pokemon. The sharp and
I'm
jagged
very
edges
interested to see
of
if
its
Dreadnought
jaw
will evolve or
allow it
not.
to bite off
Um,
chunks of rock and iron. Its
Because it
vicious
looks like
nature makes it a
it could be a middle
difficult Pokemon to
stage.
tame for all but the most
So there could be something small that evolves
experienced
into it, or it could evolve into
breeders.
something
This
bigger.
Pokemon that can be
I don't
seen
know.
flying steadily
It
through
could
the
equally just be a
sky
standalone.
is called
Corviknight, I love that. You got Knight, and it's black. You've got Knight, and it's armored, and Corvi, because it's a crow. I went and double checked after yesterday's, where I was unsure if Corvus meant raven or crow, but it's crow, which is cool. I don't know how prominent crows are the rest of the world over, but you see a lot of them in the UK. And sort of a crow and medieval knight's armor sort of meshed together. I really like
Knight. It puts its skills to use.
how it's sort of
working as a
bluish
flying
purplish
taxi,
black as well.
which will take the player
The
back.
flying taxi is very cool, and it's sort of standing on top of a black London taxi design. I think it's got some sort of like saddle or harness on, I assume. And it is absolutely huge compared to people as well. I'm curious to find out what its official like height.
Any town he or she has previously visited. As many of you already know, some Pokemon can evolve,
Yep.
changing their appearance and becoming stronger in the process.
And then we get the evolution screen.
Gossifleur is one of these Pokemon. When Gossifleur evolves,
We get
it
Eldegoss.
becomes Eldegoss.
Okay, it's not
As you can
Eldergoss,
see,
it's
there are
Elder.
now small
like
seeds
Eld,
scattered across
Goss.
its fuzzy head. These seeds
I think this will be the final stage of Gossifleur. I think it would just be 2 stages,
are said to
because this feels pretty final to me. It's not final in that it's really, really strong, but given what we see later of Milo using it in battle, that's the one that he Dynamaxes. It'd be a bit weird for, you know, the gym leader to not use the final stage. It would be like back Gen 4, because that was my first gen. It's like rock type gym leader. So, oh, he uses like a Rampardos as his final one, and that's a 2-stage evolution. It would be a bit weird if you then went to like Fantina, for example, and her sort of signature Pokemon is just a Haunter. Did you just give up on leveling them up, or have you just not got it to Gengar yet? It makes sense that this would be the final stage, I'm saying.
To promote growth in plants and can revitalize both people and Pokemon.
Yep.
That's all I can show you this time.
Oh.
There are lots more Pokemon living in the Galar region for you to
I don't know why that made me sad. We've seen that before. Oh, I didn't notice that before. But I've seen this before. In the back here, you've got a bunch of Wooloos just rolling over the hill. I didn't notice that before. That's cute.
you to discover. Of course, you can look forward to finding many Pokemon you're already familiar with. I hope you're as excited as we are to encounter the amazing variety of Pokemon that inhabit the Galar region.
Oh, I'm definitely excited. Then we get the stuff of a wild area. This is all very interesting to me, and it looks phenomenal.
Meeting lots of Pokemon is one of the thrills of the adventure. And where you will find the widest variety of Pokemon out of anywhere in the Galar region is in a place called the Wild Area. This wild area stretches between cities.
Okay, let me just bring that back so I can hear what he says again.
Meeting lots of Pokemon is one of the thrills of the adventure. And where you will find the widest variety of Pokemon out of anywhere in the Galar region is in a place called the Wild Area.
Okay, he says a place called the Wild.
This wild area stretches between
Again,
cities
area,
and
just
is
one.
filled with abundant nature as far as the eye can see.
Stretches between cities.
Different Pokemon can appear depending on where you are and what
Okay.
the weather is like.
It might just be one place
There will
then.
be new discoveries for you each
But from the
day.
looks of the map, it's a huge place.
Some of you
Oh,
may
okay, the
already
desert
have
bit is like
noticed
just
that
a
while
bit in
adventuring
the
through this
area. Okay.
You have control over the camera, allowing you to better
Which
search
is
for items and
amazing.
Pokemon.
Camera
Search far and
control.
wide in the tall grass, in the skies above, and even in the lakes, for you never know what you might find. In certain locations
I
in the
can't
Galar
wait for
region,
this game.
a
I
new
just want to sit and
phenomenon
play it
can
now.
trigger That makes a Pokemon giant in size and gives it incredible strength. This phenomenon is called Dynamaxing. Dynamaxing opens up new possibilities in the heated battles performed by trainers and their Pokemon.
Right.
For more details, I would like to turn it over to Iwao, the planning director for the games.
Hi, I'm Iwao from Game Freak and the planning director for Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Let me tell you more about the new Dynamax feature, which will surely bring about all new strategies to Pokemon battles.
Alright.
Po-
So you hit the Dynamax button.
Pokemon from the Galar region can Dynamax to not only become massive in size, but also boost their power. All the moves they know turn into powerful max moves.
Okay.
Dynamaxing can be used once per battle. However, the Pokemon will revert to normal after 3 turns. So, you need to choose wisely when to trigger it. Mastering Dynamax will be key to becoming a full-fledged
So when it
Pokemon
shrinks
trainer
down, it's going to
in
have
these
to
games.
run to get in front of the trainer to then
Remember that wild area
battle
we
the other
told you about?
Pokemon.
If you connect to other players, you'll find more ways to play there. One of these new multiplayer features is called Max Raid Battles, in which 4 Pokemon trainers can join forces to challenge wild Dynamax Pokemon.
Yep. Oh. Sorry.
In Max Raid Battles, the wild Dynamax Pokemon keeps its giant form for the entire battle. Not only that, it also has special powers that make it an extremely formidable opponent. Only one of these 4 players who have teamed up for the Max Raid battle will be able to Dynamax their Pokemon in each battle. So coordinating with your team will be crucial when taking on these powerful wild Pokemon.
And I do feel like Game Freak has noticed the sort of online reaction to the female trainer, and sort of how popular she's become. because she is featured a bit more prominently than the male one, I've noticed throughout this trailer. Not trailer, this direct.
If you and your allies manage to emerge victorious, you will get a chance to capture the Pokémon in a truly dynamic catch sequence. The Pokémon that you can take on in max raid battles also vary depending on where you are in the wild area and the state of the weather.
Okay.
Among these different Pokemon are
Those
some that
there?
can only be caught.
Okay, that's interesting that they vary not only on where they are affects what Pokemon you encounter. That's fair. Makes sense. But the weather also affects it. That's interesting. So you're gonna have, for example, in these three areas, and then if it's raining in this area, it's different ones that appear, or
After you defeat them,
find
in
out,
max
and I
raid
can't
battles.
wait.
So we hope trainers will join forces and test their skills.
It's gonna
against
be
a variety
brilliant.
of Pokemon.
Max Raid Battles feature strategic cooperative 4-player gameplay against a single Pokemon, which is a first for the main series of Pokemon games.
Yep.
It's going to be a ton of fun to use your Nintendo Switch system's local wireless functionality to tackle these battles with friends in person and experience the excitement together. You can also connect with other players over the
Should be good.
internet.
There's
to
a fair
enjoy
few people on my
playing with
course at
other
uni
players
have
from all
Switches,
around the
so
globe.
it'll be fun if a bunch of us get
So
the
I
game.
hope you'll try Max Raid Battles with
Otherwise,
all
we're just
sorts
gonna
of
keep
other
going to
players.
conventions and playing with the people there. Okay, then we get some of the other trainers and characters.
Next, I would like to introduce some of the people you'll encounter on your adventure. This guy is the greatest trainer in the Galar region, and also the current champion. His name is Leon. In a region where Pokemon battles
I really
are so
like his
widely
design. In this, you know,
enjoyed, his undefeated record
he's got the sword and shield. He's got whatever the, he's got the glove. He's got sort of wristband thing. However, those are going to pan out. He's got the number 1. I love that he's got the cap. And the cap is like a crown on the inside of it. So that's clever. I really love that. Sort of robes over top, the cape, adding to the sort of king idea.
in official matches is all the more incredible.
I am admittedly curious. A lot of people are hoping for like, because Britain and Wales and all these like the sort of myths of dragons and stuff are hoping for some big new sort of dragon pseudo legendary or Pokemon of some kind. But the fact that his partner is a Charizard, slightly throws a wrench into that, because you'd think if that was going to be a thing that he would have it and it would be his sort of signature Pokemon. Unless they're keeping that hidden from us for now. We'll see.
Popularity is only enhanced by his shining personality, winning him the adoration of trainers across the region. It's no exaggeration to say that he is the most prominent trainer in all of Galar. The champion has a younger brother, who also happens to be one of your rivals.
Again, one of your
His name
rivals,
is Hop.
plural.
Hop dreams to one day become champion just like his elder brother, and he trains vigorously every day towards this goal. His journey through the Galar region begins
This
on
is
the
interesting,
same
the
day
two
as
of you on
yours.
you sort of phones. Wait. I just noticed that.
His journey
Both of you are on this sort of phone thing as well on a train, in a cutscene clearly. They've got this sort of lightning shaped antenna on the top and a spike on the bottom.
through the Galar
I
region
think
begins
these
on
are
the
some sort of Rotom Dex-esque thing, because when he turns to the side there, you see the eyes and the smile. It looks like a Rotom's face. Yeah, it's definitely a Rotom's face. So I wonder if that's just the design, or whether mobile phones now all have a Rotom in them, as some sort of continuation from the Rotom Dex in Alola. I don't know. It'll be
day is yours. On your journey, you and Hop will receive a great deal of support from these two characters. Professor Magnolia is the
Magnolia, continuing with the language of flowers and the professor's being named after a tree. It's great. I haven't looked into the language of flowers, what Magnolia specifically means.
Professor of the Galar region,
We'll see,
specializes in
'cause
researching the Dynamax
someone else will break it
phenomenon.
down. Yeah, lots of them
Sonia
probably
is her
will.
granddaughter and also serves as her assistant.
Sonia, her assistant, I assume if they do a sequel game, she will become the next professor, or possibly by the end of this game or something. Leon, I love that he's got all these sort of sponsorships on the back of his cape. Again, adding to sort of football player sports design. How they always have like sponsorships on them. Oh, and I'd be really interested to see Leon cosplays. Actually, that's just dawned on me. With the cape and the hair. I'd like to see that at some conventions in like the coming years. That'd be quite cool.
Their abundant wisdom and sound advice will surely come in handy throughout your adventure.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Again, this is sort of a continuation of that camera point of view thing with this wee symbol on screen here. So we
Next,
see that.
I would like to talk about the Pokémon gyms in the Galar region. You and your rival will need to take on the Pokémon gyms throughout the region in order to achieve your goal of becoming champion.
Right.
These gym stadiums are constructed.
So here we
in very
see
special
Milo
locations
Dynamaxing an
that
Eldegoss,
allow
which
for
we think
Pokémon
that's the
to
final
be
stage.
Dynamaxed. The gym leaders also have extremely powerful Dynamax Pokémon on their teams, so you will need to counter them with some of your own. Battles between two Dynamax Pokémon are explosive and will cause the energy and excitement in the stadium to reach its peak.
And again, it'll be very interesting to find out, is this literal? Are they literally becoming huge? Are they projections or holograms or something? I think it's literal because we saw that Raichu shrink down in an earlier shot in the trailer. And sort of red aura. Is it? I think it was red.
Let me introduce one of the gym leaders
But
to
it
you.
is very
Leaders also have
reminiscent.
extremely powerful
Specifically
Dynamax.
red. It is very reminiscent of like totem Pokemon. I believe the Ultra Beasts specifically, when you encountered them, they had this sort of red aura when you battle them the first time around. And I wonder if there's any link between totem Pokemon and Dynamaxing at all. Again,
Pokemon on the
my biggest interest in Dynamaxing isn't how it's going to affect battle or competitive or anything. It's how it fits in with the lore. Like how is Dynamaxing possible? That's what I'm most interested in with it.
their teams, so you will need to counter them with some of your own. Battles between two Dynamax Pokemon are explosive and will cause the energy and excitement in the stadium to reach its peak.
And I mean, Pokemon are confirmed magical creatures thanks to some of the movies and stuff, but I'm pretty sure conservation of mass and energy and stuff doesn't allow. You can't just pin particles.
Let me introduce
Tangent.
one of the gym leaders to you.
Right.
This is the grass-type expert, Milo.
Then we get Milo, who is the grass-type
This
gym leader.
is all about enjoying battles alongside his trustworthy Pokemon, and you will have to overcome his tenacious fighting style to continue your journey. Look forward to facing many more heated battles against gym leaders over the course of your adventure.
Right.
We've shown off quite a bit today, but I have one more video I would like you to see.
Oh yeah, okay, the legendaries, that's what it was.
Please take a look.
I had a brief moment of one more video? It's not actual game footage, it's just sort of cinematics.
The two Pokemon you saw in the video just now are in fact legendary Pokemon of the Galar region.
Right.
Zacian and Zamazenta.
Okay. Zacian, I am not a particularly big fan of. I just think the holding the sword in the mouth looks kind of stupid. Again, as I said in the last sort of failed stream, I don't know how else you would go about doing this from a design standpoint. Because if you were told, okay, the legendary has to be a wolf and it has to have a sword, holding it in the mouth makes the most sense. Because it would be weird to have it holding a sword. You could have done it as a horn, but that would be too similar to the Swords of Justice, which we already sort of have. And the color scheme as well, that would make it a bit too similar to Keldeo. Yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of Zacian. I don't. On the other hand, Zamazenta I absolutely love. I think it's done brilliantly with the shield incorporation and it being multiple plates, which allows it to turn and move and everything easily. But then as we see, it can sort of slot them all together and they all tessellate to make a solid shield, which is... love that.
I hope you enjoyed today's Pokemon Direct. Of course, what we revealed today
And
is
as
just
a result of
small
my
part
thoughts on
what you will
legendaries, I'm
find
picking
in
Pokemon Shield.
Sword and
Is the one,
Pokemon
is the
Shield.
version I'm gonna get.
There are many more Pokemon and interesting characters for you to discover in the Galar region.
I hope so.
We're putting everything we've got here at Game Freak into making Pokémon Sword and Pokémon Shield, a game that everyone around the world will enjoy.
I don't think we see anything new in the...
Shield, a game that everyone around...
See starters, some info on them, the map, sort of wild area, possibly, I don't know. We'll see, we'll see. I'll pull up the map in a minute, actually.
...around the world will enjoy.
It's on it. And then just... yeah. Okay.
Please look forward to it.
I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Thanks to all
I can
of our
safely
guests from
say that them releasing this direct has massively increased sort of interest in the game now. The box art as well. Okay. But yes, this has definitely increased interest in the game, showing the free roaming and the camera control and the visuals as well. Just everything about this direct was amazing, I think. The box art. Okay. This is going to seem really like I'm hating on Zacian. Zamazenta's looks fine. I don't mind it. I do think people are having more of an issue with these box arts because this is the first main series Pokemon games to be on a Switch box. Let me just grab an example. This is the size of the game boxes for the Switch. And this is the size of the DS ones. So the DS ones lets you put the legendary smack in the middle of it and fill the whole image and everything. Whereas for the Switch, as you see, they can't quite do that. So they have to have them sort of coming onto the box with a bunch of their body cut off. Which works, I think, for Zamazenta, sort of filling the box with the shield and everything. But it feels like this... I don't know. There's something I just don't like about how it's staged for Sword. And also, like, Zacian's mouth is closed, as you can clearly see. Which should mean that the sword is, like, straight in its mouth. But instead it's at an angle, despite its mouth being probably closed. Which means it's, like, coming through its face. Just the logistics of that, the head should have been tilted. Nitpicking.
On November 15th, 2019, as a global simultaneous release.
Global simultaneous release.
Starting today,
That's great. They've learned from their
pre-order a
mistakes.
special double pack.
Double
Stay
pack.
tuned
I don't know
for
how many
more
people are going to get the double pack.
I hope you will look forward to your new Pokemon adventure in the Galar region.
Meh. Don't know how well that'll sell.
Thank you for watching.
And that's that. Pokemon.com/Sword Shield. Yeah. So those are my thoughts on the Sword and Shield sort of trailer thing. Oh wow, sorry, I've just seen the comments now. Sorry, I'm really late on that. COD, like Call of Duty. I don't play it. Sorry, I can't do any vids on that. Bilbo. Or Bibbo. And then there's a fat chipmunk in the kid's shirt in the crowd. Yeah, I think I saw that in like some video thumbnails. After the direct came out. Let me just take it back to that. Yep, so we get the battle. Here comes the brand new one. Okay. Thought it showed us there. I guess I just.
Galar region can Dynamax to not only become massive in size, but
Let me see if we can
also
find it.
boost their power.
I do agree it is probably the silhouette of a Pokemon on his shirt. I don't quite see
All the moves
the
they know turn into
Chipmunk
powerful max moves.
in it. It's not quite clear enough to make out what it is, I think.
Dynamaxing can be used once per battle. However, the Pokemon will revert to normal after 3 turns. So,
Throughout your adventure,
That said, I do think it's more likely to be a squirrel,
next I would like to talk
But
about
we
the
get
Pokemon
over
gyms in the Galar region.
chipmunk.
You and your rival
a chipmunk
will
would
need
be
to
good.
take on the Pokemon gyms throughout the
I'd be-
region.
I'd quite
in
like
order
to see
achieve
a
your
chipmunk
goal of
Pokemon.
becoming champion.
But I do think
These gym stadiums
that
are
we're more
constructed
likely,
to
because
work.
it's the UK, I do think we're more likely to get like a red squirrel sort of Pokemon, or possibly just a general squirrel or a grey squirrel. If it's a grey squirrel, I will hate it on principle. But no, I hope we get a squirrel,
Very special location
specifically a red one,
that allow for Pokemon
over
Dynamax.
a chipmunk personally.
The gym leaders
we'll just
also
have to wait and see.
extremely powerful Dynamax Pokemon on their teams, so you will need to counter them with some of your own.
Whenever it appears.
Battles between 2 Dynamax Pokemon are explosive and will cause the energy and excitement in the stadium to reach its peak.
Yeah, okay. Yes, it's this kid here I think you're talking about. Okay. Okay, it does have a bit more of a round head, so I could see that being a chipmunk potentially. You've got the head. Actually, let me blow this up a bit. So you've got sort of round head, and I've mirrored it anyway, so let me just turn that back. It's got a round head, it's got these little ears at the top. It seems like it's jumping sort of paws forward in midair. It does have a bit of a round, it's either got a very big butt or it's got a round tail, which makes me think squirrel, sort of furled that tail. Still getting used to fitting things on camera. Yeah, I do agree it is most definitely a Pokemon. Definitely one we haven't seen yet. Is it a gopher? Is it a chipmunk? Is it a squirrel? I'm hoping squirrel. My money's on squirrel.
Let me introduce one of the gym leaders to you. This is the grass-type expert, Milo. This gym leader is all about enjoying battles alongside his trustworthy Pokemon. You will have to overcome his tenacious fighting style to continue your journey. Look forward to facing
Okay.
many more heated
I
battles
think
against
that's all the points I sort of had to make. Yes, let me get the map. I think that will be worth checking out. Let's see, what was the link they gave us at the end? Let's see if they have it on that. Pokemon.com/sword and shield. Come on. BLD. Yeah. Boom. Okay. Oh, idiot. Sorry about that. Quality spelling from me made that work out nicely. Yeah, I know, because I put an S instead of a D at the end. There we go. Okay, third time lucky. Forge a path to greatness. Okay. I do not want to pre-order. I'll probably, I don't know, I might pre-order closer to the day. Aha! About the Pokedex and Rotom phone. Okay, I was right about that. We'll give all this a look over then. Let's start from the top. So, maybe not if that's just going to re-explain Dynamax, but Pokemon. Zacian and Zamazenta. No, these, I could probably unmirror this because that's just going to make it awkward for you guys to read. And let me just load this up. Yeah, I can reorder that. There we go. Okay, Zacian and Zamazenta. Pokemon that be featured in the packages of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. They are surrounded in mystery and are even known to... Okay. I do like... Okay, see, this fixes my problem I had with Zacian and the box art of the sword sort of going through its face. This is it got the head tilted down. That works better, I think. And then, sort of taking the idea of the immovable object and unstoppable force, they've got its gleaming shield can turn back any attack, its shining blade can cut through anything. So that's sort of the theme with these two legendaries, unstoppable force and immovable object. Other way around. Zacian attacks so gracefully that its movements can even capture this. Okay, so I assume it's going to have something to do with its ability then. Being able to like cause your opponent to flinch or something because it's just captivated, or fail to attack for whatever reason. It holds what appears to be a sword in its mouth. Okay. Saying what appears to be is interesting. Zamazenta's regal and majestic movements overwhelm any opponents that dare face it. Its body is covered in what seems to be a shield. Okay. Okay, so that's just sort of the theme they're going with for that. Then we have the starters. Okay. We have been able to find out more about Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble, the three Pokemon you can choose from as your very first partner. So, okay, they're all just single type, that's fine. Mono type, that's fine. A mischievous chimp Pokemon that is full of boundless curiosity. A rabbit Pokemon that is always running about, bursting with energy. a somewhat timid water lizard Pokemon that shoots out attacks as it hides itself in the water. Okay. Not telling us anything particularly new, just sort of reinforcing things we already sort of figured out. Many Pokemon species in the Galar region. Some of the unique Pokemon. Okay, start off with Gossifleur. Okay. Okay, 1'4". Grass type. Okay, so it's just pure grass type. Cotton down and regenerator. I won't be able to tell from memory what specific abilities do and everything, but this is interesting if we're going to find out the types for all these different Pokemon. That's quite cool. This pollen has a healing effect. Gossifleur Fur's lands. It's just reinforcing things we were already told. This is just reinforcing stuff from the trailer for the most part. Travels long distances by getting blown away by the wind and controls its direction by twisting its body and its... Okay, so we do get some extra info. That's nice. Is there a way to just continue? Not particularly. Okay. Next up, Eldegoss, which is still a pure grass type. Okay. Caught down, same abilities. Okay, it gets an inch taller when it evolves. Its cotton fluff protects it from enemies. When Gossifleur evolves into Eldegoss, its head becomes covered in a thick cotton fluff. The cotton fluff serves as a cushion, helping to protect Eldegoss's head from damage. The tiny seeds attached to the cotton fluff are said to be highly nutritious and beneficial to both people and Pokemon. Eldegoss spreads these seeds throughout the region by sending them on the wind, making the soil of Galar rich with nutrients. Nice. Okay. Next up, we have Wooloo. Oh, it's so cute. I love Wooloo. Oh, it is amazing. Sheep, it's 2 feet tall. Okay. And just a pure normal type. Okay. Just bring... Ah, he's upside down. Bring him up here. Fluffy and run away. Okay. I wonder if that's going to be similar to like emergency exit. Oh, we get some new art of it. That's great. An extremely fluffy body. The white fur that covers their bodies grows throughout their lives. It will fully grow back within 3 months, even if the wool has been completely shorn. The fur used for clothing and carpets and the like. It is very popular as a specialty product in the Galar region. Okay. Wooloo lives as a herd and mimic the actions of their trainer or herd leader. Okay. They dislike conflict, and if they need to escape from enemies, they will simply roll away, which is brilliant, adding to the whole story. It's just round. Just rolls away. I love that. I love Wooloo. Corviknight. Okay. Okay, this is a good... Trying to see the armor a bit more prominently with it. Okay, I like that. Raven Pokemon. 7'3". Okay, yeah, this thing is huge. Okay, actually, yeah, that makes sense if it's working as a taxi. Nice. Flying Steel. Pressure and a Nerve. The Dashing Lord of the Skies. It is said the Corviknight is the strongest Pokemon living in the skies of the Galar region. Okay, interesting to see how that plays out. If it actually is, that makes me wonder if there's going to be... if it's said to be the strongest Pokemon living in the skies, that makes me think that there won't be sort of dragon or draconic, something big flying through the sky Pokemon. Because otherwise, if there is, it'll be weaker than Corviknight. Oh, sorry. I was working late last night. They can often be seen fearlessly soaring through through the air. Many say that that any Pokemon foolish enough to challenge Corviknight are sent running just with a sharp glare and cry from this fearsome Pokemon. The flying taxis travel from town to town. Corviknight possess superb flying skills and high intelligence. Because of this, many of them work for a company called Galar Taxi. If there's somewhere that you need to go, there's one number you need to know. Galar Taxi. I'm gonna make a joke out of that at some point. Ferry you from town to town, so that they are getting rid of ride Pokemon from the looks of it, instead of summoning them. For example, instead of summoning a Charizard and then using it to fly somewhere, looks like you just go to a city or wherever these taxis will be stationed and use that to travel around. And then you have the bike to replace Surf. I assume you're going to have other Pokemon to replace other HMs. Then you have Dreadnought. Bites, 3'3", strong jaw. Oh, rock water type. Okay, I was expecting rock type. Or ground, potentially, because of the shell. But rock water. Okay, I can see that. Okay, because if it's based on sort of the snapping turtle, which is sort of the general assumption people are going with, water makes sense in that case. Powerful jaws and muscles. The sharp, jagged fangs of the bite Pokemon Dreadnought are strong and sharp enough to bite through rock and iron. Though it has an extremely heavy rock shell, its well-developed muscles allow it to move quickly. Dreadnought is known to be extremely vicious. It takes a skilled trainer to tame and handle this Pokemon. It seems that some trainers will release Dreadnought back into the wild once they discover they can't handle it. Okay. Curious to see if that'll come up in the game at all, or if that's just the next wee tidbit of info. And that's us in terms of new Pokemon. Got people of the Galar region. And here's the map. Let's see if it'll just let me open up the map. Sort of on full screen. Maybe. Okay. Give me a sec. See what I can grab. Here we are. Okay, so let's start at the bottom, because I assume. So my assumptions of the map. How visible is this? Let me blow this up a bit more. Here's that. Okay. So my assumption is that we are starting in this house down here, given that it's just a different color from most of the surrounding roofs of houses. I'm assuming that we will start in this yellow one. You've got a path that sort of goes up throughout the region, which I assume is the main one. You've got the train tracks, which I assume will be something you unlock later in the game. You can use the trains to sort of travel around the region. You've got another small path going off into the woods here. I'm curious what that's going to be. My guess would be that this will be similar to your first legendary encounter. Like in Sun and Moon, you had that area near the first village near your house where you encountered Tapu Koko. In Diamond and Pearl, you had the lake nearby where you encountered Mesprit, I believe, early on in the game. It looks like you will continue up. Oh no, maybe you have to use... Oh, whatever. You continue up into town. You go to the professors, I imagine. And from the looks of it, you might need to use the train to get past the sort of more mountainous areas. Up through here to... And this all looks like wild area to me. You might be able to come out to this area out here to the side as well. I'm not entirely sure. It'd be cool if you could. Sort of check out these beaches, perhaps. That's what these could be, I'm guessing, based on the sort of cliffs and stuff. It just depends whether you can get past this viaduct or not. Then you reach this big city with the walls, possibly a gate and stuff. It looks like this is... Oh, okay. If I had to guess, I'd say that you will come to this wild area. Over a bit so you guys can see it a bit better. I assume you'll come up through this wild area here. First time you're here, you will have to go up these stairs into this city with the gym and everything. You can go off and do other things all over the place, all over the map. But then I think a bit later on, maybe once you've come up around here, you'll then be able to access all this wild area. And they'll open up the gate here. And then it's all one big connected area, I think. Because this was definitely the sort of deserty bit we saw in the trailer. And given that it's all connected, I assume that it will be at some point. But because you've got this sort of gate bit, I'd imagine it'll be blocked off earlier in the game and open up later. You've got going up to sort of a rocky mountain area. You've got... I think... Is that the grass type one? That's interesting. They showed us Milo in this trailer, in this director, which makes me think that he's the first gym leader. But his gym is all the way up here. This is the grass type one that we're shown. Which is about halfway up the map, if not a bit more than halfway up from where I assume you'll start. That's interesting. So I remember when this map was first shown, people looked into it to find like all the gyms on it. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Presumably a 5th one somewhere in here. And possibly a 6th one up at the top here. I don't know. Then you've got sort of an icy area, so maybe there'll be an ice type one over here. Just so many questions about how the gyms are going to work. But the fact that Milos is like halfway up the map, I find that really interesting. That's curious. You've got sort of dock harbor area with what I assume will be a water type gym. You've got a lighthouse. Maybe there'll be an Ampharos. Perhaps some other new Pokemon sort of taking that job. You've got that weird hill with what we're assuming to be a legendary on it. I can't zoom in any further. No, over here. You then got another city. It seems like as you go more north in the region, it seems like you're going up elevations. Because you start here, past the mountains, you're sort of on the same level. But then there's this wall that looks almost like a dam, sort of up to the next tier. And the ground of the wild area sort of generally slopes up to that tier. And you've got this wall up to the next tier. This looks more like just an outright wall in the way. I'm curious what this will be. Before we saw the legendaries, I assumed this might have had something to do with them. Like a crater or something created by them. But now I'm not sure what this big stone wall will be. Oh, there's the Diglett temple in the side of the wall there. Okay. Around to the gym here. Some crazy colorful wall. I don't know. I really like this map. It reminds me a lot of Sinnoh. The sort of snowier area at the top. And being more sort of a straight line up. Which I like, because that implies you can sort of move around somewhat freely within the region. As opposed to... slip my mind. Alola. As opposed to Alola, where it was more fixed. go here, go here, go here, work your way around all the islands. Yeah. So that's my thoughts on the map, and some wee ideas there. We've got some nice shots here again. You'll find many unique locations throughout your journey, yep. Some that seem to defy physics. We'll see. And people, and just the design of like a bunch of the NPCs, like I said earlier, I love that. The cast, oh, okay, cool. So let's show them the art for a bunch of the characters. The main characters, are we getting a name for them? Oh, okay, oh yeah, customization. She's photo from the lineup. Okay, so it's no big info on the characters themselves. I was hoping for names, but no names yet. Leon is the champion, with his cloak flowing out majestically behind him, and his cape. And that was the wristband I'm talking about. I assume will have something to do with Dynamaxing. And the glove as well. He truly deserves title of the greatest trainer in Galar. Okay. We said in the trailer, people love his personality and da-da-da. So I hope that comes through in the game. Mop is the younger brother. Again, it says one of your rivals. You and you are neighbors. You will begin your adventure the same day. He aims to become champion just like his older brother did. Okay. Then Professor Magnolia. And again, the thing on her cane. It's got the sharp beak. It's got wings, it has a tail. So it's a bird. It's not one we've seen before. If I had to guess, I'd say this is what Corviknight will evolve into. Sorry, what will evolve into Corviknight, I mean to say. Actually, it doesn't have the sort of collar thing Corviknight has, but it does still have the sort of crown-ish bit just above its eyes. So I reckon this, whatever at the top of her cane is, will evolve into a Corviknight. And possibly something else in between if this is going to be the regional bird. Which, I don't know. I feel like it won't be the regional bird, purely because it's also being a taxi thing. I could be wrong. We'll find out. Professor Magnolia is the premier Pokemon professor of the Galar region. Her main focus is the research of Dynamax Pokemon. Dynamax Phenomenon, sorry. She shares her home with Sonia, and has given her a certain research task, ... Okay, interesting. Plot stuff. I think that's going to be plot related in some way. I wonder if it gives any more hints with Sonia. Sonia is the granddaughter of Professor Magnolia and Leon's childhood friend. Okay. She is also a young researcher who serves as assistant to Professor Magnolia. She is very knowledgeable and will offer helpful advice to aid you on your journey, so I'm guessing we'll encounter her a fair few times throughout it, instead of her just staying back at the lab the whole time, which is nice. And that is the people. Pokemon League. Okay. Next bit, Pokemon. The Rotom phone. Okay, I'm so glad I picked this up from the trailer. About the Pokedex and Rotom phone. Any Pokemon that you find or catch during your adventure will have its information registered to the Pokedex. Nothing new there. The Pokedex in these titles, Rotom. Okay, so you have a Rotom phone and the Pokedex like an app on it? Okay. The Rotom phone is also home to Rotom, a Pokemon that can enter into various electronic appliances, and your Rotom phone can do more than serve as a Pokedex. Okay. So... Okay, interesting. For example, You can attach it to your bike and make it move faster on land or even help you travel on water. Okay, I was going to say when I saw that picture before I read the wee bit below. That's interesting. So Rotom being able to like possess and sort of change its form. That's interesting. So it's on your phone and it changes the orientation of its face with the orientation of the device. Nice. But also you can attach it to your bike, which allows you to move fast. Or I assume that's then what upgrades your bike for traveling on water, as we saw again in the Direct, which is really cool. I like that a lot. I kind of want a Rotom phone case. I like that. Dynamax, gym leaders. The natural beauty of the wild area. I agree with that, yeah. See, there we go, that's the bike sort of on water. That's cool, being able to move the camera. See Pokemon like flying by or walking past like that. I'm so in love with this game already, and I've not even played it. I hope it's all fully functional. I don't want to be let down. And max raid battles. Okay. Nice. That's it. Cool. So, I don't have much else to say about that Direct. Depending on the response this stream gets when it's just a video after I finish streaming, depending on the response it gets, I might do another actual stream, actually live, with the next Direct when it comes out. Now that I've sort of figured out the audio levels and I think I've figured out what went wrong last time, I hope to be able to sort of correct all the issues that we had. Why am I so... Oh, because I moved the camera. There we go. That's better. I'm a bit more centered now. Yeah. So I'm going to do a stream again with the next Direct. If you guys ever want me to do a stream again at any point, just let me know. If you want to stream like games at any point, I don't know. Someone suggested yesterday that I look into getting a Twitch sorted out, which I might do further down the line. As this channel continues to grow, I might get a Twitch account for streaming if that's better than just doing it on YouTube. What else is going on at the moment? Yes, like I was saying earlier, there was a suggestion from Scotsmeyer, and I asked him in the comments of his video if I could do sort of a follow-up to it. He did a video, I think, last week of 15 things / moments that made him cry. So I'm going to do a similar video. I'm going to aim for it to be out next week. I've started compiling a list, throwing them together. I'm still to order it, of moments that have made me cry. He had a few from video games, or at least one from video games in his. I've not. Mine are a lot more movie and TV based in terms of media that's made me cry. But I will have that coming out soon. That is my next video on the docket to make. Not got my... Yeah, I think that's me. Anything you guys want me to talk about or want to go over, just fire it in the comments now. If not, I'm just going to end the stream here. This went much better than well, not yesterday's, but the last one. And thanks again to... This lets me blow it up a bit bigger. Come on. There we go. To Carla Ruiz, or Ruiz. I guarantee I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I'm sorry. But thanks for your suggestions to do a live stream. Here it is. If, again, anyone wants me to do any other streams, let me know. More than happy to do so. I don't know, I could put out... I don't know. a Minecraft world or something. Could do a stream on that or something, set up a Skype group. Or Discord, because Skype's not used anymore. Yeah, I don't know. If you want me to stream any video games or anything in the future, just let me know. Yeah, I'm kind of just stalling for time now. Thanks for watching. I've been Jack of all trades. Until next time, bye.